Hudson Williams just broke the internet, literally. The D2 website completely crashed the second he hit the runway. And while he's being crowned the new king of fashion, Dolce & Gabbana is getting destroyed for what people are calling the whitest runway show in modern history. And trust me, the backlash is brutal. Let's talk about Hudson Williams for a second, because this man is not just an actor anymore. If you've been living under a rock, he's the breakout star of heated Rivalry. And yes, he's gorgeous, yes, he's talented, and yes, he just made his runway debut at Milan Men's Fashion Week for D2, and the fashion world lost its mind. We're talking about a website crash so severe that fans were flooding Twitter with screenshots of error 504 messages. The D2 site couldn't handle the traffic. People were trying to get a closer look at his runway walk, trying to shop the collection, trying to do anything. And the site just said, nope, not today. That's the kind of power Hudson has right now. He's not just a celebrity walking a runway for a paycheck. He's a moment. He's a cultural reset, and the fashion industry knows it. Now, let's be real. Timothée Chalamet has held the crown as fashion's it boy for years. He's done Heider Ackermann, he's done Prada, he's practically a walking avant-garde Pinterest board, but the whispers are getting louder. Is Hudson Williams the new Timothée? Because the numbers don't lie. When was the last time Timothée broke a website just by existing? I'll wait. Hudson's look at D2 was everything. Picture this, a rugged denim bomber hybrid, masculine, effortless, a little bit dangerous. It wasn't trying too hard, but it also wasn't boring. It screamed, I'm here, I'm hot, and I don't need to prove anything to you. And honestly, that's exactly what fashion needs right now. Someone who feels fresh, someone who feels exciting, someone who makes you want to pay attention. But here's where things get spicy, because while Hudson was having his main character moment, another major fashion house was getting absolutely dragged through the mud. I'm talking about Dolce & Gabbana. So Dolce & Gabbana just premiered their new menswear collection titled The Portrait of Man. Sounds fancy, right? Sounds artistic, sophisticated, very high fashion. Except there's one massive problem. The cast was almost entirely white, like shockingly white. People on Twitter started calling it 50 Shades of White, and honestly, that's being generous. Let me paint you a picture, because this is 2026. We are living in an era where representation matters, where diversity is not just a buzzword, it's expected. It's the bare minimum. And yet Dolce & Gabbana rolled out a show that looks like it could have been filmed in 1985. No exaggeration. The lack of diversity was so glaring that people couldn't even focus on the clothes. All anyone could talk about was how tone-deaf, how outdated, how utterly embarrassing this was for a brand of that caliber. Critics are tearing them apart. Fashion journalists, influencers, even people who usually stay quiet are speaking up. Because here's the thing, you can't claim to represent the portrait of man and then only show one very specific type of man. That's not a portrait, that's a caricature. That's erasure. And people are not here for it. But if you think that's the only mess coming out of Milan Fashion Week, oh honey, buckle up. Because Prada decided to get weird, like really weird. Prada's show was titled something ultra-conceptual and artsy, as Prada tends to do, but this time the concept was messiness? Yes, you heard that right. Models walked down the runway with wallets literally stuffed into their back pockets, cuffs unraveling, shirts untucked, looking like they just rolled out of bed after a 3-day bender. And apparently this was intentional. Raf Simons, who's been collaborating with Miuccia Prada, called the collection anti-corporate. He said it was meant to challenge the polished, sanitized version of menswear we're used to seeing. And okay, fine, I get the artistic intent. I understand wanting to disrupt norms and make a statement, but here's my question. Why does looking like you got dressed in the dark cost $5,000? The internet is confused. People are genuinely asking, wait, so I can just not iron my clothes and call it fashion? And honestly, valid question. Because while I appreciate the attempt to be subversive, there's a fine line between avant-garde and just lazy. And Prada might have crossed it. Now, not everyone at Milan Fashion Week was trying to make a statement or cause chaos. Some celebrities played it safe, very safe, like aggressively safe. Liam Hemsworth and Nick Jonas were spotted at the Ralph Lauren show. And look, they looked fine. They looked handsome. They looked like they were attending a country club brunch. But compared to the madness happening at D2, compared to the controversy swirling around Dolce & Gabbana, compared to Prada's chaotic mess, Ralph Lauren felt like watching paint dry. And I'm not saying that to be mean, I'm saying it because it's true. Liam wore a classic navy suit. Nick wore a classic gray suit. They smiled, they posed, they left. It was giving, I have a mortgage and a bedtime. And while there's nothing wrong with that, it's just not the energy Milan Fashion Week is supposed to have. Fashion Week is supposed to be unhinged. It's supposed to be dramatic. It's supposed to make you feel something, even if that something is confusion or rage. And that's exactly why Hudson Williams is the moment right now. Because he didn't play it safe. He didn't show up to check a box. He showed up and commanded attention, whether the D2 servers could handle it or not. Let's circle back to this whole it boy conversation because I think it's important. The fashion world is obsessed with finding the next big thing. The next face, the next muse, the next person who can sell 1 million magazines just by existing. And for a long time, that was Timothée. But the thing about being the moment is that it's temporary. Trends shift, new stars rise, and right now, Hudson Williams is rising fast. He's got the look, he's got the talent, he's got the fan base that will literally crash a website just to see him. And more importantly, he's got that intangible thing, that star quality that makes people stop scrolling, stop talking, and just watch. You can't fake that. You either have it or you don't. And Hudson, he has it in spades. But let's not forget, while Hudson is being celebrated, Dolce & Gabbana is being held accountable. And that's the duality of fashion. It can lift you up and tear you down in the same breath. One runway show can make you a legend, and another can destroy your reputation. And right now, Dolce & Gabbana is learning that lesson the hard way. The backlash isn't going away. People are demanding better. They're demanding accountability, transparency, and actual change. Not just performative diversity during Pride Month or Black History Month. They want to see it all year round, on every runway, in every campaign. And if brands like Dolce & Gabbana can't keep up, they'll get left behind. So here's where we're at. Milan Men's Fashion Week gave us a viral star, a massive controversy, and a whole lot of confusion. Hudson Williams proved he's a force to be reckoned with. Dolce & Gabbana proved they're out of touch. Prada proved that sometimes anti-corporate just looks like you forgot to do laundry. And Liam Hemsworth and Nick Jonas proved that playing it safe is, well, safe. But here's the real question. What happens next? Does Hudson continue his rise and officially dethrone Timothée? Does Dolce & Gabbana apologize and course correct, or do they double down and fade into irrelevance? Does Prada keep pushing the boundaries, or was this just a one-time experiment? And will we ever see Liam or Nick take a fashion risk? Or are they destined to be the safe and boring guys forever? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, Hudson Williams just changed the game, and fashion will never be the same. So tell me, whose side are you on? Are you Team Hudson, ready to crown the new king? Or are you holding out hope for Timothée? And what do you think about Dolce & Gabbana's mess? Drop a comment below because I want to hear your thoughts. And if you made it this far, go ahead and smash that like button.